What going on, y'all? Welcome back to another episode. It's your boy Swipa. Welcome to the home of one of the voices of the Denver Nuggets that you follow from YouTube, on social media, home of the Denver Nuggets NBA champions. I hope y'all been having an amazing past couple of weeks. I'm doing great. I hope y'all doing great wherever you may be, however you may be it. If you in Serbia and you just getting up in the morning, if you are in the United States and it's past your bedtime like it is right here, then I get it. I'm so thankful that y'all came out today. I've been watching the NBA draft. I don't know about y'all, but I've been watching the NBA draft, and we got a couple things to get into, a couple things to talk about now. What today's going to be, just a general introduction into some of the Denver Nuggets players that they drafted today. The Denver Nuggets came into tonight with 3 draft picks, and tonight they used 3 draft picks. Very similar to last season when they had pick 21 with Christian Brown. They had pick 30 with Peyton Watson, and then they had a 3rd pick in the 2nd round for Ismail Kamagate. And they made all 3 selections. And again, in back-to-back years, Calvin Booth has an archetype, has the kind of player he looks at. He also values size, versatility, and he values skill. And this year, Calvin Booth puts in more work. He puts in more work. And he gets the Denver Nuggets set up with some really good players that I think are going to really help them as the years go on. So the important thing is the Nuggets are making clear moves forward. They have an identity. They have a culture they're trying to set. They have a type of player that they're trying to accumulate on their roster. And they're going out and they're getting it done. And they're getting those players into their program and into their system. So it was a really interesting draft. So tonight started, obviously, Victor Wembanyama. Everybody knows Victor Wembanyama, one of the most talented prospects ever to come out of the draft. Just an amazing player, 7'5", skill, versatility, defense, offense, some playmaking, great rebounder, good scorer. Again, a lot of stuff to him. Brandon Miller takes the surprise pick for some over Scoot Henderson, goes to the Charlotte Hornets to team up with LaMelo Ball. Scoot Henderson goes and teams up with Damian Lillard, Shaedon Sharpe, and Anthony Simons with the Portland Trail Blazers. So the draft started off kind of interesting because I think a lot of people had already placed it in their mind that Scoot Henderson was going to be the 2nd pick in the draft. Now, this has been going on for some time because, again, everybody knows about Scoot Henderson. Scoot Henderson is a very prototypical, high-quality superstar-esque player because of his athleticism. He is a striking offensive player. He's not a great shooter, I think 27% from 3, but his ability to slash, get to the rim, work in transition, cut, play make, it's all there. The potential is all there. If he gets that shooting together, again, his comp is Russell Westbrook, similar to kind of how Derrick Rose, obviously mad explosive, Ja Morant, mad explosive. He's one of those archetypes of players. His athleticism is in that realm. And typically, you got a real opportunity to make something of that if you're able to work and get the work in to do it consistently, and then you find ways to pick your spots on the court. And his build is insane. He has every physical capability to be a very good defender in the NBA as well. So, again, the top of the draft was very interesting, but let's go ahead and get into it. So the Denver Nuggets, the first pick on the board for the Denver Nuggets was Julian Strawther. It was Julian Strawther. So some of you may or may not know who Julian is. Julian played at Gonzaga. He is 6'7", about 208 pounds, with a 6'9" and a quarter wingspan, 8 1/4 hand size. He has an 8'9" standing reach, and then he also has some measurables that can turn him into a 3-and-D player with the Nuggets. But really, his asset is the fact that he is a great shooter. Great shooter. He's a cutter. He's a shooter. And he's a winner. He was a winner at Gonzaga. he really has a lot of things to him, man. Like, he really has a lot of tools to him. And this is probably the pick that Denver Nuggets fans are most excited about. Denver Nuggets fans are most excited about. One of the reasons is it's just because the archetype, look at the size. Last year, the Denver Nuggets got Christian Brown, 6'6" at 21. They got Peyton Watson at 6'7", 6'8" at 30. And they got Ismail Kamagate, 6'11" in the second round. And here they are, the Denver Nuggets, again, they got a type. They spent a premium pick, their only first-round pick this year, getting a player, and I'm going to read this from NBA DraftNet. This is a little bit of a scouting report on to who exactly Julian Strawther is. 3-and-D wing with a quick release and efficient scoring from beyond the arc. Flourished at Gonzaga in his 3-year career as a terrific floor spacer who attacks closeout and finishes in the lane with a tremendous floater. Can also attack the rim on aggressive closeouts with excellent touch in and around the paint. Incredibly efficient inside the arc during his first 2 seasons at 70 and 66% before a dip to 52% as a junior. One of the best rebounding wings in the nation with 6 rebounds a game last season. Perfectly blended into Gonzaga's fast-paced offense with his speed and intelligence to find his spot in transition. Can score in both post-ups, spot-ups, off the dribble, and isolation from beyond the arc. Excellent movement off the ball, especially running defenders off screens. Great thing. He's a clutch performer, showed willingness and confidence to make the last shot in the big moments with a pair of clutch game-winning shots against BYU and UCLA, which came in the Sweet 16. Won't have many issues adjusting to NBA range, with many of his three-pointers coming well beyond the arc. Has great form and shooting mechanics on his jumper. Added a solid floater to get to the basket on drives. Excellent touch and body control around the rim. Constant movement, quick changes to speed, long strides allow him to get to the basket without beating his man on the first step. So really has a lot. You know, some of the weaknesses are his release. He doesn't have a lot of playmaking. His shot creating is not great yet. Very just kind of raw player with a lot of tools. But again, legitimate 6'7". A legitimate 6'7". I think 6'6". I think like in a half or something like that without shoes. But again, this just gives you an idea of the different kinds of things that the Denver Nuggets are looking for. They have an identity. They have a type. They have a certain kind of player they're looking at targeting. And, man, Julian Strawther really just fits that to a T. Like, think about this. So the Nuggets, as great as they are defensively, at times they're just like, look, we need a big wing that not only can play defense, but also one that can score. And especially if the offense gets cold at all. And we just need another player that we can utilize in the system really well. And now the Denver Nuggets have a 6'6" Christian, a 6'7" Peyton, and a 6'7" Strawther to build and help them to mature their games and become the players that they believe that they can be. So this is really a prototypical Calvin Booth pick. Finding a player that's older, that's a little more developed, that has a lot of playing time. He was a junior when he left. Somebody who understands the game well, a player who was in a winning system, and putting that player on the team and giving them an opportunity to flourish and play at a really high level. So I think that Julian has some real opportunities for the Nuggets. I don't know how much he's going to get a chance to play this next year, but he will play. But the great thing about this is that the Nuggets are now in a situation where they're going to be able to let him have an opportunity to grow very naturally and let his game continue to mature and elevate. If I can show you some of these highlights real quick so you can kind of get a little glimpse of how he plays. He's just one of those players, man, that like as he gets older, you can just kind of tell like there's just going to be a certain part of his game that really is going to elevate, and he's just continued to get more and more consistent as time goes on. Now you see this full season highlights average 15.2 points per game, 40.8% from three, and he shot 47% from the field. Again, that's very good. That's very good. So I think there's a lot to look forward to with him, man. Like, again, just a really, really elite shooter. His ability to play in transition, to be a good spot up shooter. Now, just imagine him playing off of Jamal Murray. Imagine him playing off of Jokic. Imagine him playing with KCP, maybe Bruce if he comes back, Michael Porter Jr., all those other things. Again, just tremendous amounts of potential for him. I'm really excited to see what he does in this system. And again, having a big wing, especially, I think it's going to do a lot for what this team is. So really, really good. Again, Julian, that is their first pick at 29. Really, really good pick by the Nuggets. Really smart pick by Calvin Booth. And we'll have to see how he develops. Again, the body size, the height, the hand size, the length, all that stuff is there. And I think they can utilize that really well. And again, with a bench that struggles when it comes to creating offense, when Jokic and Murray especially aren't out there, even sometimes with Jokic is out and Murray's in, having another option to go to, I think, can be big. But again, just having him develop, like how much can he actually contribute right away? Because you can't expect everybody to be Christian Brown out the gate, but he has an opportunity and he will get an opportunity, especially with the CBA rules that they have. So we'll see. But that was the Denver Nuggets first round pick. That was their first round pick. And then to follow that up, the Denver Nuggets at pick 32, they draft Jalen Pickett. Jalen Pickett. Jalen is 6'4", 202 pounds. He's a two-way player. He's a great positional defender and a great positional rebounder. He shot 39% from free this last year. He is, man, I can't even think of an approximation for what he reminds me of when I watch him play. But he for sure is one of those players that kind of has a very interesting game. It's not a prototypical guard. But he's a good ball handler. He's a creator at times, but he's just very, very solid. Again, this is not even somebody that I kind of had on my radar for the Denver Nuggets, but kind of as I've watched him, at least since the Nuggets have picked him up, I can get a sense of understanding for why they wanted to add him to the roster. This is just a smart player, just a really smart player. And it's funny enough, he actually is a guard that spends a bit of time playing in the post and backing his man down. So, again, some interesting wrinkles to his offense, but honestly, maybe similar to Bruce, where it's just really unrefined. Not a great shooter or anything like that at all yet. But, again, as you'll see here on some of these highlights, you can just see what they were thinking. A 6'4" guard that's stout with some athleticism. You can see the vision. That's willing to play physical, willing to play inside, willing to defend. Yeah. You can see the vision. Calvin Booth wants a tough player that's willing to sit and guard and is going to play hard at all times and is also going to play smart. So we'll have to see how he develops as well. And again, I don't know if he's going to get much time at all this year either. But again, this is somebody you can put in the G League. This is someone who you can just put in your developmental system. And then you can just let this person continue to grow. And I think Jalen is one of those players where if he's just not ready this year, which, again, more than likely won't be, then you can give him an opportunity to grow, an opportunity to learn how to play the NBA game. But, again, this is another player that has the potential to become a two-way player. And this is great. This is good news for the Nuggets. Again, decent shooter, 39% from three. We'll have to dive a little bit more into his game, kind of figure out all the things that he does really well at a really high level. But I think Calvin Booth has proven now at this point in time that he has a type of player that he wants to target, and he's going to target those players, and he's going to draft them. So I definitely trust the direction that he is bringing the team into for sure. So we'll see. But like I said, second round pick, top of the second, could be considered a late first, and depending on how you want to look at it. But he does have a lot of potential, and we'll see how he continues to adjust to the NBA game. But I do like the fact that he is an interior force at a guard position, because the Nuggets are really big on mismatches as it is, really big on mismatches. So if that's the case, how does he continue to grow his game? Can he take advantage of small guards if he ever gets them in the post? This is going to be straight stuff for them to have to figure out as time goes on, using a player like this with such a unique skill set. So Penn State averaged 14 points a game, 6 rebounds, 40% from three, around there. And then he also was an all Big Ten mention as well. So really good. Shout out to him. Congratulations, sir. You are a Denver Nugget. And then finally, the Denver Nuggets were their third pick in the 2023 NBA draft. The Denver Nuggets are able to come away with Hunter Tyson, a player, again, not on my radar, but the Nuggets had him on their radar, and they went and got him. This is a shooter, y'all. Really that simple. He's a shooter. At pick 37, the Denver Nuggets take Hunter Tyson, who is 6'8", 215 pounds, averaged 15 points and 10 rebounds a game last year at Clemson, and he shot 40.5% from three. 40.5% from three, 15 and 10. So, again, Calvin Booth is just communicating that there's a type that I want, there's a type that I like, and there's some things that we need. We need to fortify the offense as the years go on, and we want to make sure that we have some floor spacers and shooters that are next to Jokic and Murray and Porter, and we're going to continue to build around them and to allow for that to happen. But I'm going to go ahead and pull up some highlights here for y'all so y'all can kind of see, if you haven't already seen for yourself, what exactly he looks like and how he plays. But we're going to be learning about Hunter a lot together because, again, I am not familiar with his game. The full screen close up, y'all? Man, I don't know what's going on. Hold on, y'all. Here we go. All right. It should be back in. There you go. So, again, just a floor spacer. A floor spacer. Got a decent handle, meaning a movement handle, as in like getting from point A to point B. Has a really nice shot, too. I like his form a lot. You can run some off-ball plays for him. Look at the distance. Yeah, you like that. Look at the distance on the shot. Consistently, too. Okay. Getting position in the post. Okay, I see you feet work. Talking a little bit, too. Okay. He does a fadeaway over the shoulder and then talks. I like that. Pick and pop. Oh, yeah. Cooked. Yink. There you go. See, not a lot of defensive highlights right now, but again, if he needs to go score, he can go score. If he needs to get to the rim, he can dunk a little bit. If he needs to shoot, he can shoot. He adjusts his quality. What's going on here? Why is quality so poor? What's going on? YouTube trying to get y'all. There you go. Oh, man, now YouTube's tripping, bro. All right, well, let me turn the quality down, y'all, because they ain't trying to let y'all be great. They don't want y'all to see the actual highlights. That's crazy. Okay, off-ball shooting and scoring. Nah, y'all trip out, bro. My internet's great. I have great internet. That's not the issue. The internet ain't the issue. It's the processing, bro. This is a laptop. I'm using an Apple. I mean, he's a good cutter, good off-ball scorer. Again, I got to watch a lot more of this dude because I have not seen him, but it is what it is, y'all. We move. So y'all got a general idea of how he plays, what he looks like. I'm actually really excited. I'm excited for free agency because I do want to see how the Nuggets respond. I want to see what Calvin Booth does. I want to see how they build around this roster, how they maximize the championship window. But again, just wanted to give y'all a general insight. Somebody said they have a repair shop for laptops. I don't need a repair. I need to get an actual computer. Yeah, I don't know if he plays any defense. I have no idea. Like I said, I need to go watch some Clemson games and figure out if he plays any defense. But y'all, we're both going to find out together. But I will say the Julian pick, very happy about. I'm very happy about that, Julian. I think Strawther is good. That's a good player. That's somebody who has some confidence in this game. I think that's somebody who, come the season is going to be trying to prove a point and could be ready to go and ready to make something happen, y'all. So, I mean, we'll have to see. Yeah, we will have to see. That's for sure. I'm excited about that. I think Julian with Peyton Watson and Christian Brown, maybe Bruce Brown. They bring back Jeff Green or DeAndre Jordan, fortify that bench, got some more scoring options, some defensive options, playing with the starters and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, bro. I definitely see a path. I see a path for the Denver Nuggets to be able to do something really, really great. Really, really great. Let me see. Yep. I am excited. Denver Nuggets draft, free agency coming up. You know, some sparks are going to fly. Because, man, once free agency opens up, there's going to be a lot on the line for the Nuggets, a lot on the line for other teams, and everybody's going to be scrambling to hunt. Right now, everybody is trying to catch Denver. People are saying the Denver Nuggets are too big, they're too talented, they're too skilled with too much continuity. So the Suns trading for Bradley Beal. CP3 is now a Lakers. I mean, CP3 is now a Warrior backing up Steph Curry. Man, there's just a lot on the books. The Kings cleared up over $35 million in cap space today. They got rid. Luka Doncic now has on top of he has Rashawn Holmes just joined that roster for them. And Luka, they're going to try to re-sign Kyrie. They got the money to re-sign Kyrie should they choose to do so if he wants to play there. They drafted Derek Lively the second today with Josh Green. Victor Wembanyama is now in the Western Conference as well. OKC drafted Cason Wallace today. They got Cason Wallace, Shea Gilgeous, Chet Holmgren, Josh Giddey, Jalen Williams, Lou Dort, and the other Jalen Williams as well. Just a completely stacked young roster. They are just an amazing league pass team for sure. And then the Utah Jazz, they draft Taylor Hendricks, they got Walker Kessler, and they got Lauri Markkanen. And then they drafted, at the same time, they drafted Keontae George as well. And then they hit somebody else in the draft. Can't remember exactly who it was right now, but they actually had a really, really nice draft. Let's see who else today. The Magic had another good draft. They got Anthony Black, and then they went and got Jet Howard after getting Anthony Black. That was a really good pickup for them as well. Portland, yeah, like I said, Portland was good. I think Brandon Miller is going to be good with the Charlotte Hornets. That Suns core. I started the Suns, but that Spurs core. Trey Jones, Devin Vassell, Keldon Johnson, Jeremy Sohan, and Victor Wembanyama. That's money time, y'all. That's money time, for real. Like, they're going to be something special, especially Sohan and Wemby as your front court defensive players. Stupid. It's stupid, bro. But, yeah, we'll have to see, y'all. Apparently, somebody just sent me Julian Strawther wear the Denver Nuggets championship hat when he got drafted. You love to see that. You love that. Hey, Swipa gang, y'all know what time it is. Hey, I think we're going to be right back here tomorrow. I got an episode needs to go out. Y'all, I think I'm going to talk about Jamal Murray. I got some things I want to say about him. But we just did with Locked On Nuggets, obviously with Ryan Blackburn the other day. We just did the Den Vengers episode, the championship edition, where we just did a kind of survey what we saw in the playoffs, the Bruce Brown, free agency trade stuff, everything. We talked about a bunch of stuff, y'all. So Swipa gang, make sure y'all hit the subscribe button. And I'm coming to Serbia. Again, this is going to take planning. I will be coming to Serbia. That's happening. It's just a matter of when and where we're going to do that. You know, if we're going to do that this summer, if we're going to do that this fall, if we're just going to like go ahead and get like something big together and plan it and do it in the spring, it's going to happen. I'm coming to Serbia. I'll keep telling everybody I'm coming to Serbia. That's going to happen, y'all. So don't even trip. Swipa gang. Y'all my people, man. Yeah. It's over. It's over. At least for the Denver Nuggets, it's over. It's still going on, but it's over for Denver. Over for the people y'all care about. Swipa gang. I'll see you on the other side. See y'all soon. We out.